Hello everyone and welcome back to Fleet Plays Transport Fever 2 Race to the North. 1860s continued. Again! Yes, we're once again back at it. Back at Leeds. We've got a lot to do and we've really got to get cracking because the 1860s is calling us. Now, I checked the video, but I'll check it again just in case. But as far as I'm aware, nobody actually gave a suggestion on what exactly they would prefer me to do. So, with that in mind, I guess the choice is mine, technically. So at that point, but yeah, so I guess it's down to me to decide what to do next. So, what do we do next? So I was thinking about building a connecting line from Boston to Peterborough, and then maybe through Peterborough to Bedford. I had considered it. It's possible I could do it, actually. It'd be perfectly doable, in fact, but I don't know. It's one of those things that I'm sat there going, maybe I should? Maybe, but... Sheffield Station. Where you can go to Leeds, you can go to London, you can go to Bedford. You can go... Well, you can go to London via two different methods, but you can also just take a train straight to Bedford. So I'm just going to leave you folks looking at this for a second, because someone is banging on my door. Why does this always happen when I'm streaming? Why does it not happen when I'm not streaming? What do you want? It's always when I'm doing when I'm streaming. It's never when I'm not streaming. People always bothering me with stuff when I'm streaming. Well, never mind. Never mind. But anyway, so let's get back to it. So, let's have a look and see. So we've got coal trains being moved. That's not surprising. That line has become a fairly substantial artery for coal headed to the mill in the valley. And we are now moving steel at enough of a rate that the trains are moving it well enough. The amount of food out... Okay, the Scarborough-London Express is just... That's handling a lot of food, which means I need to actually completely rework the Scarborough-London Express. With the new more powerful singles. Yeah, we could do that. Hang on, where is it? Scarborough to London. There we go. Probably gonna need 3 locos, actually. Yeah, 3 locos and 3 sets of wagons, because... I mean... How much can you carry right now? 100. I'm going to give you 130 capacity. And let's give him a decent brake fan. There we go. I think that is a white. Yeah, I think that's white. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. And the lumber's being moved. This is all very good. Nothing wrong with that. It's feeding the planks plant. Sawmill. Planks plant. Who calls it a plank? Why would I call it a planks plant? Why would I do that? I don't know. Anyway. So. There we are. Yeah, the trains do absolutely have to be that long to deal with passenger demand. Luckily, with these new 222s, we are dealing with it quite easily. They're much more powerful than the 422s that they replaced. So, you know, good news. Good news. Good times had by all. At least, we hope so. But yeah, so let's get into it. I'm actually really intrigued to see how the trains do on the longer sections of straight track. It's accelerating up past 55 miles an hour now. But they're not reaching the 67 miles an hour that I really need for them to be more effective than the locomotives they replaced. Yeah, the acceleration is not great. And they need 6 kilometers to reach maximum speed. And they just aren't getting that. Oh, I hate that. That's really annoying me. I need to deal with that at some point. And I will do. But... yeah, the passengers trains on the London to Edinburgh line really are increasing. I need more power. I need better coaching stock. I need more powerful engines. That's what I need. That's exactly what I need. I need something to work the decent semi-fast trains that I'm running. Because this is technically working, but they really are proving a little bit sluggish with the passenger workings on the main line. Especially over some of the more heavily graded sections like here. I don't really want to upgrade them if I can avoid it. I think, if I remember correctly, there should be better... okay, you need... I think... have you got two... no, you actually need a second train. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. So... timetable making your... trains... food. That's grain. That's food. Trains, food, Scarborough. That's Scarborough to Selby in it. Yes, I want. That's Scarborough to York. Let's see what the lines tell me. Yeah, Scarborough to Selby is what I want. Scarborough to York. The Scarborough. Ah, here we go. Yeah, so Selby sidings is where I want the unbunching to take place. given we want trains out of Scarborough Main as quickly as we can to avoid blocking up the main line. Although I may build a diversion for the passenger line to a set of parallel tracks that parallel the main line rather than running directly on it, simply because I'll leave that trackage open in case we need it, but I am gonna build a sort of a diversion line, because that means we just get, if I can not stumble over my words every 5 seconds. Oh yeah, those signals. I get rid of them instead. That would do it. There we go. Come on. Perfect. And then that goes there like that. And then what that does is that basically gives us a workaround for a lot of the traffic. Perfection. Lovely jubbly. Don't you just love to see it? So on the outbound run from Scarborough, you go there, and then on the inbound run from Thirsk, you go there, because that just gets you past all of the shit show that is the this mess around Scarborough, which is now predominated by the sheer amount of coal traffic. Okay. So there's a tool thing here, tool factory. Yeah, there is. So good. Ooh, that's not a long run actually. That's a very short run. Yeah, I could quite easily ship tools there. Sorry, timber there, lumber. Is it timber? Is it lumber? I am not entirely sure. Timber, lumber. Good lumber support. Ha 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 ha. Kill me now. My jokes are terrible. That's fine though. And there we go. Then we'll have a station there. And then Harrogate needs tools. So yeah, we can supply tools to Harrogate. So yeah, that's a brilliant idea. There we go. And basically you do it as a 3-parter. Because what that does is it means there's no crossover. Which works very well indeed. So we'll have about 60 lorries doing that. That should be enough. Or you reckon? Or you reckon, he says? Wire. I've gone down to Cornwall. Wire. Dr. Clark's gonna kill me. Making fun of his adopted Cornwall like that. Good lord, the man is gonna absolutely knock me for 6. That is gonna... Oh yeah, that is gonna massively... Yep, that is gonna... Which means the demand for... Like, we're pushing York Sawmill to absolute over... almost over criticality at the rate we're going. That mill is running absolutely flat out. Are there any other mills nearby? There's North Allerton sawmill, but that would require running mainline freight lumber trains. I could do it. It's theoretically possible. As long as I keep it grade separated from the main line. Which I could quite easily do. I think the time is now long overdue to let the passenger trains run. Oh, a new Well, like I said, I'll have that set up as a food plant for Northern England, for all food going north. That's a good idea. Good choice, General. As the Chinese general so often says in... If anyone's played CNC Generals, you'll know the characters are goofy as sin, but don't we just love them? There we go. And we'll have a new station to actually deal with that, rather than trying to put it onto the export station for grain to Scarborough. So again, I'm thinking about 50 horse-drawn carriages should be more than sufficient to deal with this load, which I'm perfectly happy that they're going to be able to deal with. No problems at all. And boosh, bish, bish bash bosh. Okay, so what north requires food? Newcastle upon Tyne. Okie dokie. Now we can actually send this up the main line because it's an... I can't speak my own language. Oh, okay, don't really have much demand for food. Not really at all. Suppose I'll have to blend that food into other... things. But still, we can at least get the grain moving. Yep, Thirsk Food Processing Plant will now get some grain, which is good. Oh, we can actually run steel to there as well. That, as shocking as that sounds, that could actually work really, really well in point of fact. In a manner I hadn't actually anticipated. That could actually work really, really well. Really well, actually. Oh, no, not like that. Thank you. I don't want a sharp corner for no reason. Just straight out. There we go. Brilliant. And then link into that, and then we'll not have a... Okay, not that level. Let's go there. Like that. And then we'll have a road tunnel because it's funny. And then we'll have a road over bridge that I will build out of wood because, let's face it, it's an early road. It doesn't need a stupidly expensive bridge. And then what I will do is... So hang on, zoom in. So what we're going to do is we're going to have it so that you go... So we're going to add a York Sidings below Scarborough Annex. Then that. Then that. Then we're going to get rid of that, like that, and then bada bing, bada boom. It's now a two-way road network, and it runs like that, and that then serves these two different steel mills. But I'm probably going to have to add trucks to the fleet for that. I'm going to have to add probably about another 40 vehicles to that fleet in order to make that work. There we go. Lovely. But yeah, so then you go through to York Exchange, so that then feeds. It does leave the problem of coal, but that's fairly easily solvable with a decent cargo station And tying in the new... And tying in the mining complexes that we've linked through serving, what's it called? The mines near Hull. Perfect. Perfect. Lovely. And then we'll build this like this. Through to about here. And that goes there like that. And then in theory, if I've done this right, and I think I have anyway. We'll have to see. If I do that on there, like that, and then that over there like that, then you make each of those double slip switches, and that means you can access any... Yeah, there you go. Perfect. And now what we do is we then go to these coal mine routes here, which is... So then it comes back to Hull North. And then it serves... Oh, sorry, whoops. So it comes back to Hull North. Then it serves York Branch. And then same thing. So it comes back to Hull Sidings. And then it serves York Branch. And again, what we do is we go to these. Two coal lines. And you double up their trains. Oh. Nope, we don't need those two extra trains. We don't need those two extra trains. No, thank you. And then it's important to timetable these trains. So, there's only two coal trains here, so. And you unbunch every time you come back to the Hull ends of the line. Because that now means we've now got the coal to be supplied to the steel mill. And we can then run local steel trains to transfer the steel to... Because while I'm going to ship steel out from this area, I also do want to run block steel trains to move steel the short distance to the other, well, the location of what was the other steel mill, so that some of the other freight trains can also pick it up and run with it. Basically. Since I get money for that, and then I get money for the other thing as well, so, you know, why wouldn't I? It's just common sense, you get more money. So that's good. Northallerton requires... So let's look into tying in things. What can we actually do? So Thirsk requires... I think York is getting all of its needs, basically, apart from machine tools. But that's fine, because we now have a machine tools plant over here. Yeah, promise we don't have enough... We literally don't have enough timber. We're sucking... Oh, never mind. No, York has its machine tools being delivered. Or it should do. I think. Yeah, show me the thing. Okay, yeah. says. Oh, okay. We need another lorry. We need another lorry terminal. Okay, that's fine. We can do that. A new side of York has grown up where the machine tools are spread out over here. That's fine. We can do that. We can do that. There we go. And that means we can now move tools in. Oh. Oh, yeah, you know, that would probably, hang on, let me just, that's a bit of a mistake there. Let me just, 1 second, let me just, South Street, you go there instead. You go back to York Annex, there you go, bang, boom. Bish, bash, bosh, there we go, get some tools. Get some tools. Apparently Harrogate's also going to get tools, even though I'm not sure how. It's all very confusing. All I do know is that this massive interconnected web of lorries that I have built is steadily moving things. And it's working for the most part. This weird, overly complicated web of shenaniganery that I have built. Ooh, hello, sunshine. Aren't you pretty? Oh, new coaches! Fuck yes, I've been waiting for these. Oh, I wasn't sure if they can come to the 1870s. Oh, yes. New coaching stock. Fuck yeah. Absolutely happy chappy. Very, very happy. Oh, yes. Perfectly fitting with the new express locomotives we've got. Well, new heavy passenger locos we've got. Which means I can now actually create a relatively... Oh, and we've got better logging cars as well, which is even better. Fantastic. Fantastic. Beautiful. Gonna pause this so the game doesn't go doolally on mate 1 second. And so there we go. So we've got a second iteration of these. It's slightly less emissions, so sure. Why not, he says. So, as we are on the East Coast main line, we will have teaks. For now. Third class break. Actually, we've got a full break. So, 2 first class coaches. A selection of... Oh god, okay, we've really got to bump up the motive power on this. In order to keep timings, if nothing else. There we go. So, full break. A good first class section. A very decent third class section. And a third class break. And they say that we don't run decent services. They are entirely mistaken. We do. Right, now then. Let's look into the replacement of some of these services, shall we? So break luggage, 2 first class. And then a break at the rear for 60. Fantastic. You're fine. And you guys are Yeah, okay, you guys can actually be... Actually, no, you are alright as branch line trains for now. Okay, passenger trains. Alright, so you guys are... Okay, so you are a regional service, but I'm absolutely going to upgrade you. Absolutely. That slightly higher speed could be essential. Which colour is this? Oh, it's you. There we go. And again, same thing here. Just a flat upgrade where we can do it. There we go. So average loads in both directions. Because the whole line has always been very, very important indeed to the railway network, as I'm sure a lot of you know. So it's very, very important to me that we actually take note of... Okay, yeah, so that is... That's going to be a very heavily workloaded train. Might need double heading just because of the weight of the damn thing. Oh, please don't. Okay, we're alright. We're alright. For a second there, I thought it had converted everything. Luckily, no, it hadn't. That's the, Oh, that's the Southern Regional Service. Okay, we've only got 120 to work with there, so we need to be careful with the how long this train actually gets. So we need to be a little bit careful. Not that. Ah, there we go. It's that colour in it, I think. Is it? Or is it slightly darker than that? No, it's that colour. There we go. Yum. How much do we actually... We'll give it a slight capacity increase. Love it. The expresses can stay as they are. 63. We'll increase that to 70, so that's going to be a double-headed service. Just to try and keep the speed of the actual trains up. You're alright, there's... You're a branch train. You're a bridge train, you can stay as you are. You're one of the branch trains that really does matter to have a good service on, so you can be upgraded. Not you. We can probably, if we aim to carry about 20-ish people, that should be about right. That should be about right. hello. We have our... Hello. Welcome. Welcome. 583837572. That's a hell of a name. Love the numeric numerals there. Really making use of the numbers there, my friend. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Always a pleasure to have people drop in. Always a pleasure. After forgive me, I'm in the middle of a massive fleet replacement program, so you'll have to give old fleet a minute. Thanks for dropping down. Always a pleasure to have people. How much is that? It's 56. That's just about the limits of putting a single engine on to handle that. Just about within the limits. Yeah, just about within the limits. That's even easy. That's a 35, and we rarely handle 35. So that can be about a 30. Aim for a 30 with that. It's fine, no problems at all. I think that is the color scheme. Yes, it is. Yep. And really giving me scrolling finger an exercise today. I am. Perfect. Again, that's a 60. That's just within the margins for... And again, it's another... That's just within the margins for working a... For a single engine to work it. Hello, Halfman. Nice to see you. Welcome back, my friend. Always a pleasure to have Halfman here with me. Absolute legend, this man. There we go. Oh yeah, absolutely. Gotta do this absolutely right. And you guys do actually occasionally work up to that. So that's about aim for about 50 on that. That's a lovely livery, actually. That's not too bad. I don't mind that. It's a very nice livery. I think I will actually have that as a... Go, so... There we go. 54. Perfect. Oh. And that is the Sheffield to Leeds service, which is a 49 service, and that is actually full booked both directions. So we'll push that up to a 60. Or near a 60, anyway. And that is a lovely colour. That is a really lovely colour. I do like that. That's a very nice sort of maroony kind of colour scheme, which I do quite like. There we go. And that is that. And that's the Skipton to... And that's just a little bridge train, so that's fine. Everything else is tools, so we can actually get back to looking at what we've got. So this is the... So all the services on our lines have accelerated. The main line from... The train's working the main line sets. Now clatter up the East Coast main line at 60 miles an hour. It needs 2 engines to make sure they keep to time. Most of our passenger services are worked by these 222s now. And there they go. Train brake failure in 3. But yeah, actually, I am going to make sure I stick to my guns. I'm going to actually say that any stock that is working the primary north-south route, owing to the fact that this is supposed to be the East Coast main line, will have it be teaks. That looks... There we go. That looks more like it. And here comes a service southbound towards London. It's not really down here that the route makes its real money. It's the centre part of the line that it really does make its money. It just about breaks even at either end, but when we get up to Doncaster, you'll see that's where the trains really do start to make bank. Oh, this is special. So I started running food trains to London. And the fast express vans can do 60 miles an hour. But I was moving so much, I wanted to make sure I kept up with the mainline train. So what did I do? Triple header! And the Cramptons are still the undisputed kings of express passenger steam. There's nothing else that's as fast as them, not even close. Although, I do actually want to do one replacement quickly, because we did get a new style of Crampton that is actually more powerful than the previous generations. So what I can do with that is I can have much roomier, faster express trains that still keep the time. Yeah, so moving further up, we have a junction station here at Newark. This is for the link to the Bedford to Sheffield line. So there's little two sets of trains, you can just see them there, that go back and forth between Newark and Nottingham. And there's the tunnel under the hills into Retford. And here we get to where the line gets really properly busy. Doncaster. Oh, hang on, that's beginning to back up. Unleash the double-decker omnibuses. And here comes... Oh, nice, you've got a dual arrival. That's a nice thing to see. Look at that. Ooh, that orange livery does look very nice on those coaches and engines. Look at that. It's lovely. Oh, nice. And another dual arrival coming in from the other direction. Doncaster is busy, busy, busy this time of day. Sorry, sometimes I do just get caught up in the whole spectacle of the whole thing. This can be a very, very pretty game at times. A very, very pretty game at times. Glorious, glorious. Look at that. That's lovely. I'm kind of thinking we do have a new chap here, who is... I'm always happy to have new people. Oh, never mind. He's left. Just me and Halfman. Ah, well. Never mind. And as we're all started, Selby. and the whole trains still make bank. Hey, I'm not calling it bloody Whitby anymore. Praise be. Okay, so through here, through the busy sections of main line. Oh. Oh dear, that's oh no, never mind, it's not. It's not completely jammed up. Good, good, good. Nearly, but not quite. There we go. And then there should be, yep, steel trains that move in and out. There's iron ore coming now both directions, or it should be. Okay, so York Steel Mill is not providing nearly enough. Sorry. The iron ore shipments from York Sidings are not nearly enough as we would like them to be. Which is a little bit annoying. So in that case, then I'm going to add in another iron ore shipment service. Can I have an induction that is there? Yes, I can. That is beautiful, which means I can just feed them straight in there. Yes, I can. Perfect. So let me just get there. There are single track streets I can have, if I can actually get one. Well, it's a ballasted way, but the horses can walk on the ballasted way, I'm fairly certain. Lovely. And that provides a link. It's just not quite long enough to build a railway on. It's just not that level of length, much as I would like it to be. There we go. And then this will bring in iron ore from this place here. Jolly good. I don't particularly like using trucks a lot usually, but because of the way the industries have come together, I kind of don't really have a choice. I'm saying about 50 vehicles should be enough, I reckon, for that. That's that, I think. Or is it that? No, it's that. There we go. There we go. And that will move the iron ore to there nice and easy. Let me just make sure it's got the storage space for it so we don't get overcrowding. There you go. That moves iron ore. We've got plenty of coal arriving. Like, we have plenty of coal arriving. But, well, we should do. Yeah, okay, now it's starting to filter in. Now that there is enough coal for... Well, should be. Yeah, what do you mean there's no transport available? Oh, do we not have the cargo buildings for it? Provide the storage space for the coal, goddammit. There we go. Store the coal. Well, at least the purple trains are providing enough coal. At least. Hey, look. Coal is coal, alright? And it goes where it goes. Which was somewhere else we could get coal from. Could run coal trains over there and in... Oh, that would be... That would be cursed, but would be entirely doable. That would be incredibly cursed, but if I could pull that off... Streets. That would be That would be stupidly cursed. But if it could be pulled off... That, oh, this is stupidly cursed. But no, that is entirely pullable off. Oh my god, that is so cursed. But they just burrow under everything. I mean, that's going to put a hell of a strain on the locomotives and crews who have to run it. But still, definitely worth it, I would reckon. I'm half tempted to make that the main bypass route for a lot of traffic going past York instead, because that's a new double-track freight main line. Then we tie that in as the route south towards London. That is a really clever idea, actually. Go give it signal checks at either end so that trains can go through those platforms relatively easily. I may have to build a an overpass. No, little horse! Fuck, he's been killed! Oh no, the gore, the violence! Oh my god. Okay, now that we've built that, can we divert any railway traffic through it? Oh, nice! It already has happened. Hell yeah! Some of the trains are actually using that diversion, which I am very pleased with. Because that takes a lot of pressure off through traffic. Well, off certain through traffic anyway. We'll have 2 platforms, but I don't think we'll need them. Sometimes it's worth just not overcomplicating things and just build it simple. I think that's one of the problems I have with this game is I have somewhat overcomplicated things and left myself no room to, well, in essence, complicate it. By trying to outthink myself from the start, I've not really planned for how the network's going to grow. And so I haven't left myself much room to actually, you know, deal with that growth as it happens. Speaking of, actually. Well, perfect. Where are you going? Okay, yes, yeah, the coal trains to Scarborough are still as full as they've ever been. But the coal trains to York Branch are, well, starting to fill up. Luckily, we have enough coal trains that it's not really a problem to deal with. It is a little bit of a problem for the regular passenger trains, who are now just the secondary users of this empire of coal. Yeah, the boat trains to Thingy are going well, which is good. The Hull to Grimsby sailboats are doing fine. Sailboats, clippers, call them whatever you like. The oil trains, moving the oil. Doing well. Doing very well indeed. You come out of there, that tunnel there, and it's just, that's a steep grade. That is a very steep gradient, that is. If there was ever an argument for electrification on any of the lines early, it would be that coal line. Working that coal train electrically is going to be a lot easier than working it by steam. I'm going to leave myself open to expanding past the coal mine if I need to. Hopefully I shouldn't have to, but we shall see if we, you know, what the needs of the railway system are. But for now, we're going to just build ourselves a depot and get this new coal line up and running. Moving the vast coal quantities in that we need. And that leaves the 2 centre roads, 3 for through trains, should they want them. Which they will do, given the amount of through traffic that I plan to actually throw through that station eventually. I'm going to have 3 engines on that, just because of the horrifically steeply graded nature of the route that they're working. I don't want them slogging out of that tunnel without the maximum amount of effort that they can have. Basically. There we go. Perfect. Love it. And then we need to... And then make sure that's ticked. Perfect. And that'll now start shipping coal. And that's going to be through coal ship, because the coal will also be shipped to... There'll also be pickups which will then go through want to go through to the Scarborough Steel Mill as well. So they'll be through coal transshipments as well. Wait a minute. Hang on, don't tell me. I've done it again. I've picked the wrong open wagons. I have picked the wrong open wagons. I can't believe it. Did it again. So easy, because it's so easy to do. I want that. I want the hopper wagon, not the open wagon. There we go. There. Now we'll actually get some coal. Perfect. Fleet fails again to recognize actual symbols on the map. What else is new? Say it with me, folks. It's a classic fleet failure. We need a new market for the steel from York. A market in bulk that will demand steel in bulk. Preferably over a decent distance. And preferably with other local supply chains that I can exploit to build up a new network around it. Pointing south as well in particular is probably best, since that's where... Perfect! That's absolutely perfect. That is absolutely perfect. That is beautiful. You couldn't have picked a better... That is absolutely perfect. Perfect. There we go. Nope, hang on. Come on. Work with me, game. There we go. That is perfect. Because I've got refined crude coming out of Hull Oil Refinery. All I need now is to find a plastics, which is there at Retford Chemical Plant, which I can tie in very easily. And then... Oh, that's beautiful. That is absolutely perfect. It doesn't get much better than that. There we go. There we go. And it'll unbunch at Newark, not at York, basically, so that it doesn't impinge on the York station. There we go. Lovely. There we go. Lovely. Yeah, we need there to be a demand so that the demand for iron ore, and most importantly for coal, skyrockets. We need more coal shipments coming into York Steel Mill. We don't have enough. What is the... Oh, you're kidding me, really? Oh, the entire line's gone to Toffee. No wonder everything's gone to Toffee, because the entire line has. That's why. He can clear that check signal, which means he clears that check signal, which means he clears that check signal, which means everybody clears their check signals. Good lord, no wonder everything's gone to Toffee. In fact, I don't care who gets the signal as long as somebody does. There we go. That clears him out, which clears him out. Damn, that's our first actual jam up. It's going to take a while for the network to return to normal. Luckily I caught it before it got too bad. That could have been more disastrous than it already was. Luckily I managed to catch it before it got too abysmally terrible. But Jesus, that was nearly a disaster. Oh, fuck, really? Ah. Now, for God's sake, don't everybody panic all at once. That was all a little bit hairy, wasn't it? Bloody hell. Never mind train brake failure, train system failure, more like Halfman, would be the accurate statement. Did I not put in the signals on the other side? I did not. Well, that would explain a lot. Luckily, the rest of the mainline network just purrs on regardless, thank God. Oh, cool! Oh, hello. That's a new 060, a Great Western Railway 060 at that. Hello, sunshine. So you have 272 horsepower and 59 kilonewtons of tractive effort. Compare that with our current... So that's our current older tank engines. They offer more tractive effort than our older tank engines do. To roughly equivalent horsepower, but for the same... Okay. So that is a prime candidate to actually replace a lot of our shorter trains. Can be worked by these guys instead. That is not a bad idea, actually. That means we can... So I'm thinking about... I could actually work probably an 80 capacity train. With the slightly higher tractive effort those boys have. Oh! Oh! Very nice. There we go. That's nice. Very nice indeed. Smaller engines for lighter trains. Which I am absolutely happy with. Oh boy, yep, that is. This will make the Great Western fans very happy indeed. Looks good. Hello. I think that's the last of the short. Oh, actually, and these are actually excellent replacements for some of our lighter branch lines, actually, as well, because they've got higher tractive. Yeah! In a minute. In a minute. There we go. And hello, my chum. There we go. Isn't this nice? No, so what was I... Oh, yes. The minor branch trains. Actually, no, because they only do 40, they do 45. Well, actually, we do have 52 mile an hour engines now, so... Both of these can actually be replaced with newer stock, given we actually have a more powerful tank engine that runs slightly quicker now. Oh, the six-wheel coaches are really good for this, actually. There we go. They fit right in with the new speed bands that these new tank engines can meet. Also, we've given the crews the luxury of what's known as a cab. Oh, they'll be so grateful. You fuckers better like it. Metal 8 Chief. Doesn't grow on trees, you know. I think there's only one. Then we replace the line going up into the hills. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. The Morpeth to Hexham line is actually... Oh, my God. That's doing really quite well. Probably because it's a bridge line now between two main lines. Well, all the more reason to give it more powerful tank engines and the ability to run at higher speeds. Excellent. And we got our new other services on the bridge lines as well operating. Nice. And the little sort of terminus at Hexham. There is high demand to go to and from Hexham, it seems. Really quite high demand. The speeds! The speeds of these little tank engines! Look at him go! That's lovely. And then you got 20 people coming back the other way. That's really quite neat, actually. That because this is also an alternate route to Edinburgh. You can either go along the main line and change at Alnswick for a train to Edinburgh, or either they take a mainline train, or you can go on an express train to Edinburgh, or you can take a branch train from Newcastle to Morpeth, board a Morpeth to Hexham branch train, and change at Hexham for the High Line via Hawick to Edinburgh. I'm very happy with the way things are turning out. Really quite happy indeed. Oh, that's right. I was tempted. Am I going to build a direct line into North Allerton, or am I not? I decided against it, basically, because I wasn't really keen on the idea. I did think I might build a sort of windy route sort of through the hills into like a Thirsk North station. I could do that. That would be kind of weird, but I could do it. Give me a second. I'll be back in a tick. Aha! So, luckily everything has kind of restored itself now, thank God. Although, dear Lord, the amount of barrels of oil... Oh, that's it! Yeah, that's what we need to do. So, we need to figure out a way to do this. So, with all this in mind... So the oil trains are going to have to run out the same way they run out normally. Yeah, there's plenty of waiting and round going on here. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, if you don't want to add a second engine on, because of the cost, this is actually the perfect point where you would actually use these Armstrong goods. You don't use them to actually be another full 060. You add them on as a... as another 060. To add a little bit of grunt to your trains. No. Oh, no, that is right. There we go. Once they get into their stride, they're alright. Even coming out of that tunnel with a load of train, they're doing alright. The steel is now starting to pile up. Problem is transportation. We're not moving enough of it. Apparently. Even though we really should be. Coal imports are really not the levels I was expecting at all. With that in mind, actually, I'm gonna scale back the trains that work this coal section. I don't need them to be that long. Yes, I do actually love these 060s. They are kind of quirky, and I like that. I only need them to be able to work about 45 capacity. It doesn't have to be a long coal train at all. Even the sort of... And there we are. It's one of those rare cases where I would actually say, yes, you can use any platform. If you wish to. And speaking of, here comes one of the through trains now. Although he's going to be a little bit delayed. There we go, we've got some steel being moved. This is good. So now we need to move plastics. And other things that need steel, actually. We need to actually just provide more. Yeah, now it's iron ore we're short on. Well, I can tie in an iron ore service. That's not really a problem. In fact, it'd be fairly straightforward to do that, actually. I mean, it really would turn this sort of coastline up towards Scarborough from Hull into a proper mineral railway with minor concessions given to passenger traffic rather than a passenger main line. Like, just... Like, that would no longer be up for debate. That would just be the circumstances that there be. And we're going to need a lot closer signaling than we actually have. A little bit haphazard, but it'll do. Because now we don't have iron ore, even though we probably should, given the way things are going. But hey-ho, it is what it is. And, hey, there's no such thing as having too much iron ore. Yes, there is! Shouts someone in the back. Who said that? I see you over there, you Swedish swine. There is such a thing as too much iron ore, and you can't tell me there isn't. So we'll start out with a small train worked by, you know, small locomotives, and if it needs more than that, we shall see. It may do, it may not. We shall see. There we go. And then timetable, mate. Bish bash bosh. Thank you. There we go. Lovely. And that should remove some iron ore quite nicely indeed. I'm just going to very quickly build just simply because what that means is I can get trains out of the mill and away without them blocking the main line. And that means I can bring trains in as well really easily. Which is very important for not blocking the main line. Okay, there are enough goods that this train can take. It's not a wasted journey. Not perfect, but not a wasted journey. There we go. Lovely. Perfect. Lovely. Okay, so now we need to figure out a way to actually move the stuff out. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lovely. And then we need to build up the come on. Why will you not accept a junction? There. Perfect. Lovely. And that's the same thing as before, so a nice crossover like that. Beautiful. Of course, now we're going to have to build trackage that I never expected to actually build. Again, it might make a Hull to London Express service possible and viable. If I build what I'm about to build correctly. In fact, it might also remove the need for the... It might actually remove the need for the oil train to even join the main line. In any way, shape, or form. There we go. If I divert the oil train onto this line instead, which I could quite easily do, then have a branch off the main line there like that. Then we ascend. Like that. I think we use box girders. Like that. Over there. Then over there like that. And then we'll have a little section of embankment for a bit, so that I can actually have a junction. And then we drop down. Also one embankment, because why not? And that will also be on those bridges as well. Lovely. Perfect. And then have that drop down like that. Lovely. And that then ties in there like that. Perfect. And then have the same junction tie off there like that, which is also very nice. Although more accurately it would be... like that. There we go. Then over the top. Round. And down like that. And then basically what we do is... so that's for traffic going... I'm just going to very quickly do this. So we have more flatness, but again we have an embankment there, because what I plan to do... have a completely flat overflight like that. And then that comes off to go that way, that comes off to go that way. That crosses over to go that way. Then we have another embankment section that cuts across like that. Beautiful. Again, same thing. So over the top we go. I'm not gonna lie, this whole thing I'm building is not my normal thing that I build, but I don't know, it just kind of feels right to actually build the damn thing. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Look at that. That is absolutely perfect. That is a lot of new railway I have built, I have to be honest with you. Which I am going to be completely fair and honest. I am not... Come on. There you go, and then... That is one of the most beautiful pieces of railway architecture I've built in a very long time in this game. There we go. So that's all that signaled. I will admit this was not entirely part of my plan. But I guess I've kind of committed to building an entire new freight bypass, so I may as well, you know, go whole hog and try and finish the damn thing. There we go. Perfect. That entire rework didn't take very long at all. I'm going to leave that track work in place, just in case I need it. But I don't think I will. Oh, why are you all going back that way? Sorry for the silence. My brain is in full network reconstruction mode, so you'll have to give me a minute. Yeah, that is okay. That bit is still required. You do still have to have that complicated bit of track work there. But you don't need that. I will admit, this is some of the more complicated point work I've ever done. It's definitely up there, I grant you. It's definitely up there. Like, in terms of point work over complication, this is definitely one of the medal winners. It's gotta be said. Okay. Alright, now who's fucking complaining? You are, apparently. Oh. Hang on. Let me just, okay. Well, let me give you a temporary path. Just a temporary one. Very temporary. That should get you back on, well, back on track. Obviously, you wouldn't do this in real life. You'd do a sort of maneuver up round via Gatwick. Yeah. So just give this guy a very temporary path. Perfect. And the only thing I need now... That means the Selby signal train can also come out via the same method. I'll leave that trackage in place, because it can be quite useful. Just in case I need it. There we go. So that actually takes all of the freight off of that busy mainline section between Hull and Selby. I've just got the last of the trains that were on the other sections filtering out of it now. And everything else now goes via the new... which I'm very pleased with the way that turned out. Very pleased indeed. It's a little bit weird as a... Actually, no, I don't really need that section of line anymore. And it was kind of standing in the way of some other plans I did have. So we'll get rid of it. There we go. Because that then frees up a lot less horror in terms of actually working. It basically removes a lot of congestion. I hope. There we go. Perfect. Well, not perfect, but good. Lovely. Right, okay, so now that we've got that... we don't need that connection either. That means there's no crossover traffic at all crossing those main lines anymore, which frees up a massive bottleneck in what was Selby Station. I hope. And enables a lot faster running. We hope. That was a major infrastructure project. A seriously major infrastructure project. I'm very pleased with myself for that. That's pretty, that's worked out pretty well. That's really quite nice. I'm really pleased with that. Right. So that's one area of bottlenecks dealt with for the most part. Oh, hang on. Oh. Hello. Oh. Oh, we never actually... We never actually signaled the damn thing. Whoops. Yeah, that... That is a major oopsie on my part. I was so busy actually doing the main line bit, I forgot to do the secondary line bit. Whoops. Never mind, we fixed it. What I don't know is the state of the area around Sky. Okay, so it has now cleared up, just about. Not completely cleared, but definitely clearer than it was. Why? Okay, why are you so... What is your problem? Why are you so delayed? There's no... Okay, there is no way your unbudge time is that high. I am sorry, no. It is not. You only think it's that high because of how delayed you were at one point. And now you are holding up the entire goddamn railway network. Stop it. Actually, to be fair, we don't really need that second train. Not for now, anyway. Gotta get things moving. Keep things moving. And see, that's why that signal exists. To let the food go through. There we are. Yeah, I think we... Yeah, I think a bridge may be required. There. Okay. We can deal with this at high speed. So. Okay. Oh, sorry. All vehicles, please. Okay. So, you do carry enough. You can keep your double-decker omnibuses. Hang on. Yeah, pin that. Okay. Nope, you can go down to stagecoaches. You do not quite carry enough. You can go down to omnibuses, but you carry a bit too much to be stagecoached. You are bad, so you're not very bad, so that's fine. So it's only very bad vehicles that we replace. Oh, whoa! Oh, and of course, if we are out here, may as well, hang on, where is it? The world's shittiest lighthouse! Oh, dearie me. Good lord, Hull is really growing. But this brings me to one of my next ideas. Which is for a Hull to London fast express. Now, with the new junctions that we've set up, so he's departing, and he should be as well. There you go. Yeah, let the passenger train have priority, alright? So this train will start from London, since that's where we have the depot and the oh, and there's the express from Sheffield coming in. How are you doing? Nice. The express from Sheffield. The express is. Oh no, it's not actually. It's a local. I thought it was an express from Sheffield. It's not. Okay, so it starts from London King's Cross, runs up. So that won't need telling to do that. Runs up, takes the outside line, runs through Newark and Retford, and then at Doncaster it takes the diverting line, goes onto the diverting line sections and runs to Hull. Comes back through here. Make sure to take the line point there. And there. That is a London King's Cross to Hull express service. Which will start from track... Sorry, no. From track number 3. Sorry, no. 4. And again, same thing. New PLM-style locomotive. A luggage van. A first-class coach. 2 second-class coaches. 3 third-class coaches. 2 of those sets. And of course, as with any proper express, unbunching at both ends to make sure timings are maintained is absolutely vital. Apparently it's saying 21 minutes. I am sure we can narrow that down significantly. And in fact, I'm absolutely certain that we can. By burrowing under instead of actually going around, what we can do is we can basically extend the length of the express loops. And thereby decrease the journey time. Because that's what it's all about. It's all about decreasing the journey time. Perfect. There you are. Lovely, lovely. Fleet's got this. Fleet absolutely has this. Perfection. That is beautiful. That is absolutely first class. Oh, a well tank. Well, well, well. Oh, God. Well, 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 honestly. That is going to enable this express train, instead of being stuck behind anything on its route to London, to basically just plough through and make exceptionally good time. Well, the first trains to benefit from this line will be the London to Hull Expresses, since they absolutely need it. I suppose we can actually... If we make a clean cut through Peterborough, it shouldn't demolish too many houses. Just nail 2 of them on the way through. It'll be fine. Honestly, Gov. There we go. Basically, I'm just extending the length of track that we actually have to avoid sharing track with the main suburban and local services. Because I think that's kind of important. Beautiful. Love it. There we go. Let's extend this track. I don't think there will be a Boston to Peterborough line, or if it does, it'll come in that side, so it won't have to worry about dealing with this. So I've got hooks round. Like that. Lovely. I say that word a lot, don't I? Oh. What's the problem, boys? There we go. That means that basically from Grantham down, you have a complete non-stop run for the express trains. That is huge. That is... That's got to shave off a couple of minutes, surely. Although with that new corridor being set up, I am actually going to change my orders for the goods train. That's actually going to be forced to go up and down the main section there, just because it's significantly slower than the express trains. There we go. And that is going to have to wait for a minute until we've actually gone through there. I'm going to keep that trackage in place. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I reckon there's something I can do with it. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hang on. That's an idea, actually. That is a significantly brilliant idea there, Mr. Moss. That is a brilliant idea, Mr. Cross. That is an idea, Mr. J. Michael Fox. Wait, what? That is an idea indeed. If we go through like that, and then we come here like that, kind of just like that, yeah. Then we go through there like that, yeah. And through there like that, yeah. And like that. Get to there. Start a very steep upward climb. Level off. I'm going to keep myself on a bridge just so I've got freedom to maneuver with some of the other work I plan to do. But once we're there, yeah, we can let it drop down like that. And that is the long-awaited bypass I've been looking for the express trains working from Thirsk to Doncaster. I've been looking for a bypass route for ages that would actually work and wouldn't break anything, and I found it. Because I've built another bypass for freight, I've freed up trackage to accept, basically a path to accept the express trains instead. Oh, I am clever. Occasionally. That is beautiful. That is absolutely first class. That's what that is. It doesn't get much better than that. No, my friends, it does not. Look at that. That is absolutely first tippity-top class. And, yep, the Express has already taken it, which means that we have finally cleared the Express from, on the busiest part of its run, sharing trackage with regular services. Which is kind of big. It was always that section that really caused delays. And now we've gotten rid of it. There's also this bit as well, but we've basically limited the delay section to Grantham to Doncaster. That's only 3 stations. It's not exactly like I'm really causing much in the way of problems here. That is genuinely a job well done. Now, to round out the final part of 1867, I'm going to suggest that we, at triple speed, take a ride up the East Coast Main Line aboard one of the regular service trains. We've got Jeff and Steve. Old Jeff's opening the regulator. Off we go. There we go. Like one of them, there we go. Look at that. Accelerating out of London quick as you like. The power, the speed. There we go, doors open. Get in quickly, please, my friends and gentlemen. We've got places to be. I think you can see now, given the gradients and the length of train, why these are double-headed. They just need that level of power to be able to actually make the runs they need to make. So there's the regional line to Cambridge. And there's a... Oh, that still works by those. Interesting. I thought we had them replaced. Well, actually, yeah, we'll have to replace them. Fairly sharpish, actually, now that I think about it. Yep, you lads. You can absolutely be replaced. There. There we go. Passenger. Yep. First class. Third class. Break. Done. It is a very, very pretty line. A very pretty line indeed. Did I also replace the Bedford to Sheffield workings as well? I did, yeah. Got the secondary lines. And again, this weird hill. Why is this here? Why are you here? Do I have to put a shit lighthouse on top of you as well? Because I will. Don't think I won't. That's fine. That's good. Good gravy. These buses need to be omnibused. Holy hell. The amount of passenger traffic. Good gravy. And the branch workings to Grimsby as well. And the express that links Kingsland to Doncaster. Through Skegness. All the way up to Grimsby. Grimsby town. There's only two big proper tram networks. Well, there aren't really any, actually, now that I think about it. Ah! Oh my god, there are actually a limited number of people who want to go to London. I thought there would be a demand, and I was absolutely right. We have passed $1 billion in our balance. Like, good lord. We have half the amount of money in our balance as our company's actually worth. And if you look, basically it's only after the 1850, like basically you see, like there was one period where basically profits absolutely exploded. Over the last 20-ish years. I love this whole setup. It's great. Oh, that whole diversionary line past Doncaster, that's doing wonders for the ability of our express trains to actually work to time. What time is it? Oh, good lord, I might actually be running out of time here. Because it is Saturday, and those of you who know me quite well will know that I do other things Saturday evening. I might be running out of time here. Yeah. How long have we been going for? Nearly 2.5 hours. Wow, okay, I might be running out of time here. I did not think... well, we did a lot more construction than I thought we were going to do. So, that's, not quite what I thought would be going on. But, hey-ho, there you are. Very nice indeed. Let the profit margins flow through you, as they say. The financials of this train is just ludicrous. Great Scott. Great Scott. Well, who am I? Bloody Eric, whatever his name is. Dr. Brown? Emmett Brown? Emmett K. Brown? DK, no, not DK Brown. That's different. That's different. Go. And put that there. And because of where this station actually is, there is literally no point troubling the main line with that at all. Just treat it as part of the main junction and just have the branch off take place there. And then the main line doesn't even have to deal with it. And the same thing at the other end, we'll just have it link into the... yeah, we'll have it link into the freight-only line there. There's no point... there's no point having it actually link into the... okay, that's not going to work. That's not going to work either. Okie dokie, so... it's a little bit of a weird one, but... It's not exactly what I'd call totally inconvenient. Either way, that's the next step of the construction done. We just need a little crossing over point here. Like, come on. Thank you. And one here. Come on. There we go. And there we go. And then we need one on this side. It's not quite complete separation of passenger and freight networks. But it definitely is closing in on that. Right. Okay. So let's now start shipping some oil. I have to be careful. The United States will show up. As funny as that would be. No, we're not. We're not gonna get invaded or bamboozled by the United States of America. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. There we go. I think about 100 and... We'll start it small. We will start it small with a short train, and then we'll see what happens. Because I don't think we're gonna have too much at the start. But yeah, where's my scroll wheel? There we go. Where's my scroll wheel? Oh, there it is. Brilliant. And then we go, hey, you, unbunch, if you'd be oh so kind. Thank you very much. I'll have to see how much there is actual demand for... Oh, yeah, there's 100 being shipped. In that case, then, yeah, it is going to be short trains. At least at first. And then we need to wait for that to build up before we can actually start the plastics runs. And then we can really start working, because we can start shipping goods. And goods, there's a lot of places that demand goods. Like a hell of a lot. There we go. And what we're going to do is we're going to replace these flat out with a new suburban consist, which with more powerful cramptons than just purely third-class coaches, so they can work these express suburban trains much faster. And there's the service inbound from Sheffield, which is a key link with one of the express lines to London. From Leeds, you've basically got two choices. Do you take a train to Doncaster and change for an express to London from there, or do you take a train to Sheffield and take an express to London from there? Those are your choices, basically. Again, Nottingham is absolutely overflowing with people, so we need omnibuses again, because we are absolutely running out of people. Just a thought. I'm very pleased with the way the network has developed, I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, look at how busy stations like Thirsk actually are. There is plenty of demand for going north or south. Plenty of it. Especially this section northwards through North Allerton, there's like huge demand. People who want to take the train up and then get off and go to like the seaside resorts of Middlesbrough, Sunderland, Hartlepool, and Saltburn. There's even a local series of branch lines that connects it all together. I seriously cannot wait for literal rail cars because we need the rail cars to make this bloody thing work. That whole coastal line runs at a loss. I can't. Oh my lord. Oh my good gravy. And that's with omnibuses. Oh my good lord, that is significant. Show me, show me, show me. Okay, good lord, yeah, that is... If omnibuses can't even keep up, that is genuinely disconcerting. Right. Okay, I may need another bus circular running counterclockwise. Because, yeah. Seven. 7 big omnibuses. So I'm hoping that some of that traffic is people wanting to go round. And if it is, I can, you know, supply that need by bus. I hope. At least that's my thinking anyway. Wow, the bridge line is actually proving really quite popular. Which is good. And the line up into the hills is also proving very popular as well. Hexham is serving as a jumping off point for people who do want to go to Edinburgh via the Northern Line. Which is... I am very pleased with that. Not breaking any records for profitability, but it is providing enough of a service into Edinburgh that Edinburgh is growing steadily. Since people can now get to more places than they ever could before. The problem is the suburban line into Edinburgh. Berwick-on-Tweed through Edinburgh. Like, it's currently served as part of the main line into Edinburgh and will likely continue to be so. But I can't help but wonder if a dedicated suburban service might also be better off. To free up these London to Edinburgh services to become leaner, meaner, much better optimized trains than they are right now. I'm just checking the route, basically. I'm just checking to see how these services are doing in terms of passenger numbers. 56, 47, yeah, this is the busy bit. 47, oh, yeah, this is the problem. It's these sections here that basically mean I can't shorten the trains. There are sections of route mileage where there is a demand for vast movement of people. And I basically can't shorten the all-up train length without dramatically impacting the amount of people that we need to move. There we go. Luckily, we've managed to mostly sort out the internal workings here. Thank God. Not perfectly, but we've done pretty well. Don't know where they're going or why, but they are. There is so much work to be done, but that's just the way it is. Hang on a minute. Oh, don't tell me you're bugged up as well. Yep. The 40-minute journey has been timetabled to take a lot longer than that. A hell of a lot longer. There we go. Yeah, the sheer amount of tomfuckery that we're dealing with here is a little bit insane. Just a little. This seems a bit weird. Yeah, this is all a little bit weird. But we have managed to just about get things to mostly go alright. Not perfect, but it's definitely better than, well, the alternative. Has to be said. Minerals traffic is really clogging up the main line now. In quite a major way. Minerals traffic really is starting to clog up the main line. There we go. Yeah, I knew that station would be a problem. I can't help but wonder if tunneling through everything might just be the solution to all of my problems. He says. Tunnels are the answer to everything. If we have enough of them, nothing can ever go wrong ever again. I mean, it's not technically the right answer, but it's an answer you can have. And quite frankly, given the delays to the passenger service running from Thirsk to Scarborough, I don't really have a choice anymore. We basically have to commit to building this tunnel. Because the alternative is not building this tunnel. And that is not okay. Which basically frees up the old Scarborough line to be a freight only line. And puts the Scarborough passenger traffic down a new main line. Although I am actually interested with these new metro tanks I've got. I am actually kind of tempted to work up a new suburban service. Now, this is something that I've tried before with occasional success. The basic premise here is pretty straightforward. You offer passengers another way to make the same journey. You offer them a cheaper alternative to the service you're currently providing, and one that doesn't offer onward connections, basically. That's the thinking. And it might actually be a way to encourage more people from the various suburbs of Edinburgh to actually, you know, make use of the railway. At least that's my thought process for this anyway. I've no idea if this is actually going to work. It may be mad as a box of frogs. It may get us nowhere. If you'll excuse me, someone else is also... Why does everyone always want to bang on my door and talk to me when I'm streaming? You can't make this shit up. What do you want? She's absolutely mad. So, time for my cunning and masterful plan, which is to build a suburban railway network in Scotland. Yeah, I know. Just work with me here. There we go. There we go. And then you immediately come up again. Kind of like emergency rise moment. There you go. Look at that. Lovely. Perfect. And then basically the main line basically will parallel the suburban railway will basically just parallel the main line. That's all it has to do. It's not and it terminates here at Dunbar. It's not it's not supposed to go on, it just terminates. That's what it does. Because that's all it needs to do. Now, I have no idea if this whole madcap plan of building a suburban railway line, well, not suburban so much as a commuter line, to bring people into Edinburgh is going to work. I have no idea. I've never really tried this before, so I don't really know if it's going to work. It's going to be a lot slower than taking the regular train, but because of the way that Transport Fever calculates ticket costs, it will be a lot cheaper than taking the regular service into Edinburgh. So you may attract people who you might otherwise not get. And because of the way I intend to run this, I'm gonna double the amount of trains that you would expect. So if the route has, let's say, hang on, it's gonna have 6, it's gonna be 12 trains. So that basically we try and have the maximum frequency of in and out services that you can get. Basically. I'm going to try these new metro tanks because they're pretty spunky. They've got a lot of pep to them. Got some coaches that work with them, don't we? I'm sure we can find something that works with them. That's 40. Yeah, we can easily put them on our coaches. So, yeah, we can actually do that. So we have a second-class brake, a bunch of second-class coaches, and another second-class brake. And we want 12 of these to work this new high-intensity service. But this basically has to be unbunched at every station. We cannot allow these trains to bunch up at all. Perfect. But yeah, so we'll have to see how this goes. since I've no idea what the demand will be for it. It may just end up being a loss maker. I've no idea. Or it could be actually key slack capacity that we kind of need. I don't know. We will have to see. This is one of those things you can do in Transport Fever when you've got the sheer level of money that we actually have. You can throw money at little experiments like this to see if they work. Actually, yeah, look at that. It's actually outpaced the regular service train. These are definitely quicker off the mark than the regular service trains. I'll give them that. Wow. Okay, people are actually wanting to use the suburban trains. This is... Okay, this was not on my bingo card. There we are, the metro tank is off and underway. Now, I can't help but wonder if there are certain parts of the bus services... Oh, yeah. Oh, oh, God, yeah, there is absolutely service we can improve here. Like, absolutely no question about it. Like, there are absolutely parts of these places that are just not served by the buses that are supposed to serve them. But I am going to move the Victoria Road bus stop. That's going to do that. North Berwick is served pretty well. Dunbar is... Yeah, Dunbar's still served pretty well. And again, you've got these little tank engines are quicker off the mark at accelerating than the regular service trains are. And yeah, they are slightly slower than the regular service trains, the actual full East Coast Main Line trains. But they do offer a cheaper way to get to and from Edinburgh, and it seems like people are actually picking up on that. Especially with the frequency of the service that we're trying to actually put on. I mean, good lord, look at it. Really are cramming them in there. Oh, come on, we're not going to make it today. We're not. I'm looking, it's 9:30. When it gets to the 3-hour mark, I'm going to call it. We will blitz through the last few years of 1860 and into 1870 tomorrow, I'm sure. Okay. Why? Wait, hold on. Just a minute. Okay, so it comes out the right way. Ugh, honestly. Can't believe it. Okay, the massive amount of Edinburgh's traffic has died off a little bit, which is fine. I think a lot of the excess traffic that was coming through Alnwick in terms of people wanting the express to go from Edinburgh, Waverley to Alnwick and vice versa, that's now been taken on by people taking the northern route instead. Which I'm fine with. Although, yeah, actually, you know what? I can't help but think. Oh no, like, numbers are actually picking up again, significantly. Very significantly, in point of fact. Yeah, so we've got the new commuter run that runs parallel to the regular service trains. There we go. And we're still not done spitting them out onto the main line yet. We're getting there, but we're not there yet. Oh my god, there is an actual demand for a cheaper train. That is funny. That is hysterically funny. That may actually be too many trains, though, now that I think about it. Good lord. Yeah, I think that may actually be enough. I think the last 3 trains may just not be needed. Yeah, I think we only needed 3 extra trains to bring it up to an acceptable level of having a really, 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 really regular service. These little 240s are just really funky and I love them. This provides another way people can travel into and out of Edinburgh. I may have to build a sort of similar railway down south as well. Around London. Not so much as a commuter run into and out of London, but if we go south quickly. Meow. Well, first things first, good lord, that Queen's Road bus stop in Sheffield. Jiminy Christmas with a hat stand. That is busy with a capital B. We need more buses. We need bigger buses, first of all. And then we need more. But if you look at London, I'm thinking I'm going to build a circular route. Like one station there, sneak one in there-ish, one there, and just go round. And then maybe Can I actually build a... No, you can't build... We'll have to build kind of like an offshoot station, kind of. We'll make it work. We will make it work. We'll put like a little... Like, we'll put like a... Can I build underground stations? Is that a thing I can do? I can have underground tram stations. Or elevated tram stations. I know I can have that. Like that, look. I can have that. But I know I can't have... Yeah, can't have some of the other things I want to have, which is annoying. And there we go. That's an express from Sheffield that has arrived in dead on time. London to Edinburgh Regional. Profits, profits, profits! So thank you everyone for joining us. We have now reached the 3-hour mark, which means it's time for us to call it quits. Tune in on tomorrow when we actually do finish the 1860s. And then break into the 1870s. Take care everyone, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. Bye-bye now.